Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Kotetsu here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the first girlfriend that I ever had. So without any further ado, let's get into the story. So at this time, I was about 12 years old, I think, and I was in the 7th grade. And most of my friends were guys at this time, but I had two friends that were girls. And one of them I knew for about, let's say, 7 years. I knew her since I was a little kid. And the other one I had just met a few months ago because she transferred into my school. And the girl who just transferred into my school is someone who I got along with really well. You know, we like the same TV shows, we like the same games and stuff. When we talked, like, we had a lot of common interests, so I decided one day that maybe I would like ask this one girl out and something. And when I was like walking home with her, like I said, hey, do you want to like go out or something? I think I was a little bit too like blunt about it because I don't know. This is all I can remember, but I don't remember the story perfectly, but this is how I remember it. And she said sure. I'm not sure if she really thought the same thing about me, if she liked me or not. But then this is where the story turns kind of grim. My other friend who I had been friends with 7 years. Apparently, I'm not really sure what happened to her, but she just like snapped one day. I guess maybe it was because she was kind of jealous, because maybe she wanted to have like the same connection with me. But the thing about it is, the reason why I would never ask her out is because we didn't really have as many as the same interests and that kind of stuff. So that's why I really didn't decide to do the same thing with her. But one day, she really just became against like what we had together and sort of ruined it. And this is like where my advice comes into play. Don't ever have relationships in middle school. Just wait until you're at least in high school. Because in middle school, there's so many other more productive things you could be doing, like join the basketball team, or like volleyball team, or like just stick to having friends or whatever. This is obviously a story as kind of a warning for people in middle school, because I had a really bad experience of this. And like sort of to give some examples of what this one other girl would do to us, is she would sort of like talk to my girlfriend at the time and say, you're too good for him. It was like, you can like do better than him. But the next day she would go over to me and she would tell me, oh, you can do better than her. You can get a better girlfriend than her. And she really didn't seem to understand like what I was looking for. Someone in that time was someone who I shared like common interests with, and like she really just wouldn't back off. So we were both really annoyed by this, and we both pretty much told her, look, we don't really want you like getting involved in this. You have really nothing to do with it. I know like I'm your friend and stuff, but you're really taking this really too far. And obviously she didn't really react that good to that, because like she claimed that she was the person who like set us up in the first place, which wasn't really true at all. I just sort of reached out to her because some people said I probably should, so that's why I did. And it was also on my own will too, you know. It was something I kind of wanted to try out because I was sort of curious in 7th grade on like what it was like to have a girlfriend, and now I know. But then I didn't know, so I was like trying, and I say, okay, might as well have it as like one of my friends I already get along with, like. And I thought it was gonna be a good experience, but it was really quite a bad experience. Like, I'm not saying like it can never work, but when you're in middle school, just generally, like yourself, the people around you, and the environment you're in, it just doesn't really work for having relationships with anyone. And this is just off of my personal experience. Like, you might have a girlfriend or something in middle school, and it'll work, and that's great for you, but just really didn't work for me. And what eventually happened after 6 months of us being together is we decided to break up because we were getting like non-stop harassment. And the thing about it is, after that we were still friends, but we didn't really want to be in a relationship if it meant like being harassed by this one person. And it wasn't really that big of a difference between us being friends and us being in a relationship anyway, because we still did the same stuff. You know, like, when you're in middle school, being a friend with a girl and, like, being in a relationship with her is, like, almost the exact same thing. And I know I'm not someone really to be giving relationship advice, but just, this is what kind of I observed during my experience doing this in middle school. And I think this is where I'm going to end this story right here. If you guys did enjoy this story video, make sure to slap a like on it, because it does help my channel. And also, be sure to subscribe to my channel for daily GTA 5 content. And until next time, this is Kotetsu here. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Kotetsu out.